happening, everyone? Hello, and welcome to the Review Roulette podcast, the podcast that brings strangers together for a movie night. I'm your host, Laura. Join me as I bring two strangers together as we watch and review a randomly selected movie. Now let's spin that wheel and see what movie Lady Luck has picked for us tonight. 23. Snow White and the Tale of Terror.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's rad.
I love that movie. It's the one where it's like
Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a Tales from the Crypt version. And I think I watched this on like Sci-Fi. It was the first time I saw. I was just like, what is this? This is great. Yes, I guess Nick, you can, seeing how you don't know what it is, you can tell us what it's about.
Second, I will go through all this. Oh wow, Sigourney Weaver and Sam Neill.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple other people. I thought one of the
Can you double check that it's all going through on your end, just to be
what?
Exit full screen real quick.
Fine.
Humor me. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. So the movie is Snow White: A Tale of Terror, which came out in 1997, and the premise is, in this dark take on a fairy tale, the growing hatred of a noble woman, secretly a practitioner of the dark arts, for her stepdaughter and the witch's horrifying attempts to kill her. The movie's directed by Michael Cohn, who's known for such things as When the Bow Breaks, Sacrifice, and The Game.
I thought it said Inception, but it was Interception.
I did like, for a second.
I was like, oh my God.
The stars Sigourney Weaver, who plays Claudia Hoffman, who's known for such things, and I don't know why I had to scroll down.
It's like Alien,
Galaxy Quest,
Avatar. She's an Avatar.
Yes, she is.
I like how you just didn't want to mention Avatar.
It also stars Sam Neill,
Jurassic Park,
Event Horizon, Hunt for the Wilder People, and Jurassic Park 3. And Gil Bellows, who plays Will. Who is Gil Bellows? He's known for such things as The Patriot, Shawshank Redemption, and Love in a 45.
I believe I can't remember if he is the sexy dwarf or if he is the prince. Because essentially Snow White falls in love with one of the dwarves. Because the dwarves are like weird manning. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but I really like this one.
I feel like you showed me this movie and I just don't remember it.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like people think it's like a sci-fi channel movie, but it's like Sigourney Weaver's in it. Sam Neill's in it. And I think if it's not on here, I think it's on HBO.
I'm sure it is.
It's like, it better be. See? Oh, yes. It's kind of like Maleficent, like before Maleficent happened.
Oh, wait, no.
Yes, that one.
Sweet.
Did you see the cover for it? It had like she's like all witched up. Oh my goodness.
So you've both seen this?
Yes. Oh yeah. So you've seen this, Gretchen? You're all excited?
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm super excited for Snow White. I think we thought that we were like, oh, we'll just put it on as a Disney movie. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's a better Snow White movie.
Nice.
Tale of Terror. Are you ready?
I like it better than The Huntsman.
Oh, I don't know if I watched that one. I know I watched the first one. Wait, no.
They're pretty.
Because is it Snow White? And was the first one just called Snow White and something? And then the next one was like Snow White and the Huntsman?
I think so.
Because I thought that was supposed to be the sequel.
Those are with the Twilight lady?
Yeah.
And Thor.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes. Thor.
And Kristen Stewart.
You should just do like movie, like the plots with like the characters that you know them as. And it's just like, what?
Thor.
Yeah.
Vampire lady. Glitter lady.
Bella's a princess in a castle and Thor comes and saves her. I guess he does have a big axe hammer. Like, just comes in. Oh, I'm trying to remember who else is in that movie. And what is
Charlize Theron?
Oh yeah. Just like trying to remember what I think.
I always think of her in Devil's Advocate.
Yes. Oh my God. Right.
So then she's a better movie than that other movie was. Oh my goodness.
We are derailing.
That's now I just want to see that movie. I mean, we watched Violante last week, and it was we had like a whole through line of trying to figure out, what was it, Bob Ross Power Rangers? Is that what the idea we were trying to flush out? We're like, that would be great. Like side tangents are the best ones. Start.
Okay, we're just going to go watch the movie now, and we'll be right back here for our review in part 2 in just a second. But just so you don't feel left out, here are some choice clips from us watching the movie.
Her name is Snow White. Yeah, right. Lloyd Wright.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weber.
okay.
Or wait, that's not
Frank
right.
Weber. Because
Frank
Wright
Lloyd
is
Webber, thank you.
the architect. He builds beautiful
Andrew
houses.
Lloyd Webber.
Yes. Frank Lloyd Wright is the architect. Yeah. He designs beautiful opera houses. When they're just messing with him, like, he's here. Nobody move. Like, oh.
That's a terrible mirror. Don't look at that one.
That's what happened to them.
It's like a funhouse mirror.
Who does that to somebody?
That just looks like Dainty Moore soup.
I was gonna say it reminds me of like was it the canned Campbell's beef stew?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So on top of the fact that she had her stepdaughter's heart cut out, she's eating her.
And then she's making him.
And she's feeding it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hell hath no fury.
When we went back to Iowa to go visit my family, Nick was like, "Can we go to the house on the rock?" Which is like where they filmed for American Gods.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You want to go there just because it's in the book, right?" He's like, "I want to see the Ferris wheel." I'm like, "It is majestic."
A little girl, Nano.
No, she wanted a boy.
A little girl.
You want an apple?
You can pay me with a smile.
Help
We just made this. Jesus?
Yeah,
You brought someone to keep Jesus company?
I didn't know she was talking to Jesus about him or him
I
about
mean,
Jesus.
there's lots of people in this room also to keep Jesus company.
She's like, y'all need Jesus.
There's
right
lots
there.
of you to be company.
She's so young.
Are
It
you
looks
the,
exactly the same.
Are you the
Yep.
key master?
I know, I was thinking that too. I was like, this is her Zool look, like with the gold. She looks awesome.
I remember there's the scene where he's like showering in this, and it's just like, ooh, he's supposed to be sexy.
I don't like the way you speak to
Dwarf. I keep wanting to say
Sexy.
Smurf now. Sexy Smurf.
me. Not so savage.
More face touching. Lots of face touching.
See? Maybe I'm just hyper aware of it because nobody touches anybody anymore right
Yeah.
now.
I
But
feel like
there's,
there's
like,
a lot
a
in this
lot.
movie, though. Yeah.
In the midst of two weird
More face
sexual
touching.
scenes and more weird face touching. Wait, this is a good time because there's just weird face touching scenes happening back to back.
That is nuts, Sigourney Weaver singing.
Doesn't even look like she's breathing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, man.
I guess who's the best actor singer? Because it's like I feel like the one from was it Fifth Element? Like that lady put into it.
Yes, she actually sings really well.
So she needed his seed again.
No, she needs his blood.
He needs a seed in his blood to bring
Yeah.
the baby back to life.
How does she get his seed again?
No, she doesn't need it again.
I was just making fun of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh! I was like, how did she?
You're very deep into this movie right now.
I was like, did she like hold it?
Is it seed, blood, seed, or seed, blood?
Oh,
Damn it, I got the order mixed up again.
wrong.
Let's get started with part 2, shall we? But first, if you'd like to be a guest on the Review Roulette podcast, just sign up at our website. It's www.reviewroulettepod.com. That's www.reviewroulettepod.com.
Well, that was Snow White and the Huntsman.
That was entertaining. I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's not Snow White and the Huntsman.
No, yeah, or the Tale of Terror.
Yes,
Yeah.
Very bad. Oh, I remember it being a lot different. I don't know. I still liked it, but it either I don't know if it didn't age well or like I just remember certain bits of it more that it seemed longer than I remember.
Yeah, and it seemed less scary than I remember.
Yeah, because I remember thinking it was very scary. Maybe it's just because I was so used to seeing her differently, and then you're just like, she's a creepy old woman and she's killing people.
And you both remembered her being mortal at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like she did anything wrong.
It's like a whole
Right.
different movie now.
Yeah, and I feel like Snow White was the bitch in the first half of the movie.
Right?
I was just like, oh, she's just an angsty teenager, and just poor stepmom just had to come in and take over. But no,
That's
she had to go
kind of
murder
how
everybody.
the story looks like, and then it takes a turn when she dresses up at the show at the the
Yes.
little
She
the
puts on
baby
her
announcement
dress.
thing. Yeah, not okay. You don't show up to stepmom.
She's like, I've been working on that solo for days. She just walked
Right?
in. She didn't even have to try. She just dressed up. Like I was singing
Mhm.
before you out with my stuff. Oh my goodness. I guess. What would you recommend this movie to anybody? Like, would you?
Oh, totally. It's a lot of fun.
It's like I like the more I see ones like this, I like the different like subverted fairy tales. I don't know if it's just because you get so tired of hearing the same ones over and over again, where it's just like, oh yeah, kind of like when they like flip it around a little bit. Or like, but maybe that's why I like, because you like fables a lot. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like I think I like when they switch it up a little bit. When they make all the Smurfs, stupid Smurf. I keep calling them Smurfs. they make the dwarves all sexy, and they should do like a gender swapped one where it's like he's a guy and like they're all the Smurfs are ladies. It's just like weird hair.
I'm
hair
sure there's
above
a porn
dwarfs.
like that.
That would be good. I guess, how? Because what is for the Neil Gaiman one? What is that? Is that all different ones put together? Or is that each?
It's just
story
one
its own?
story. It's part of a series, I think, that's called like it's a one book that he did a bunch of like little short stories, and that story just really stands out. There's also one about a woman who finds the Grail in a thrift shop, and there's like all kinds of like really cute little like stories, but that story, and I got to see Neil Gaiman read this story when I was pregnant with my kiddo. He was doing like a in defense of comic book fund for artists who were trying to seek like financial. I don't know. It was like there were some things that were happening during that time period, like copyright stuff, and he helped kind of create like a fund for that. And it was interesting, but getting to see him like live and then him reading actually an excerpt from American Gods too. Cool. It was really cool. And then I got to see him again when he read Ocean at the End of the Lane in Portland. Yeah, that was really cool. He did a big reading for that.
He must have like a weird head, like mine. Like it's weird to think that he could write like Sandman and American Gods and then not have been to any of those places. And then like American Gods is one of those, like I always kind of think about it every once in a while. I'm just like, this is such a weird story where it's like, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his stories feel like they should have been told already. And you feel like you've already heard them, but it's like with American. I was like, oh yeah, I think this makes like obviously the gods came here, and then it doesn't work that they come here because they're not from here. It's like, oh yeah.
Right.
And then Sandman, I still don't. I'm almost done with Sandman. I don't really know what's going on in Sandman, but it's just been a very interesting, fun read.
Are you reading the whole series?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I've got.
Where are you at in the story?
You should probably. He just died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm almost done then, I think.
Well, yeah, there's a few more things that happen afterwards.
Because I was like, wait, he's what? No. Okay, you can come back.
Okay.
I thought that was a pretty big spoiler because it's the only thing that I was like,
I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
so
that's good. Because I'm like, it was something I didn't think was going to happen. I guess he wanted it to happen though. So yeah, but because we have like what is it? Not the omnibus. Is that what they're called? The omnibus? We have like the 3 volumes.
Yeah, I have the 3 volume.
But then
cool.
I just read it on my phone at work. Everyone's like, what are you reading? I'm like, I don't have time to explain. I don't know what I'm like, what's happening?
I can't stand when people ask me stuff like that. I'm like, I can't explain this without it sounding
it's good
weird.
though. It's good.
But no, Snow Glass Apples is his retelling of the Snow White story in a very dark way. And the only way that Neil Gaiman can do it.
I'll have to try it. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm learning more that I'm like, I should just read all of his stuff. He does good stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I love all of his stuff.
And then because I want to get Sandman done before the show, because I was like, I want to be like, I just understood some of this. And it's like, but I don't even know how they're gonna make the Netflix show.
I don't know how. I'm only through 1/3 of the story so far, and then I started the Audible because they started the audiobook thing.
The Audible is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm reading that too.
Really liked it.
It's just weird to have Professor Xavier doing the voice of Morpheus.
Yeah.
That was a little bit like that. Almost took me out of it just because I picture Morpheus because that was my teen dream 90s like like idealized dude. Like the goth boy I wanted to date was that guy. And like he just doesn't capture his voice in a way that I would have thought him sounding. And that's just because that's my own vision.
I have to listen to it. I feel like he should be like a British goth sounding guy. Like,
Well, and he's British. I mean, but
like,
it's just I see Professor Xavier dressed as like Sandman, and that kind of not does it for me.
just like all brooding and everything. All
So weird.
what was the one I had you listen to? I think that's a Neil Gaiman book.
Neverwhere.
Yeah, Neverwhere.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I remember it was like a weird fever, like because there's a BBC show of it, and I remember watching it when I was really little, and like I remember I was like the stupidest Google search because I was like, what is this show? Because I was trying to remember what it was to tell him, but I was just like, I think I put like Underground Angel story, and that came up, and I was just like, or like garbage, and I was just like, oh. So we listened to that, and he's the voice of the main character in that, and it is hard, but they did all the other voices in that one are so good because like Benedict Cumberbatch is Abaddon the Angel in that one.
Yeah, he's great.
It's like, oh, that's so good. Now I just want to watch Everywhere. Yeah, see, I don't know why Neil Gaiman's just always been my life.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize it.
You like Good Omens.
I thought that's Terry Pratt. Is that him too?
That's him with Pratchett.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
Terry Pratchett.
That's them together. Does Death sound like you thought?
I haven't gotten to where she's at yet.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't know what to picture.
so.
I didn't know what to picture them as. I thought they both sounded like they should, but I didn't. I haven't known.
Well,
enough
right.
of the
Like
series, so.
I kind of picture her having kind of a girly voice, because she was very like, as far as the character was a kind of fun, even though
He's spunky.
Then
Yeah.
she'll sound like that. Then yeah, I
Oh,
pictured her
good.
like girly bubble gummy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the
Yeah.
right wording.
but she's like dressed spooky.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's kawaii goth. I don't know.
Have you got to is it Delirium? Is that the sister?
That I picture sound like Tori Amos.
It's just
Because
like,
that's the inspiration for it.
like, and then because I was just finished watching the part where she's trying to find her dog, and it just seems like a weird thing. She's like, I'm just trying to find my dog. I'm like, this is such a weird story. It's like I don't understand. And then because
I picture kind of like deep and sad sounding. Like she's. I haven't.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm trying
Desire should be like androgynous sounding.
like, oh, what's the African American lady model? The what is her name?
On
Yes, like with the cheekbones that you could like cut.
not Grace Jones, but Amon.
Yeah.
Like someone David Bowie's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we would voice that because she's just like,
Oh, she is stunning.
it's just like, because I'm trying to think. I feel like we should probably be talking more
I
about
was
the
gonna
movie we
say-
watched. But
Oh
Back
yeah,
to,
sorry, we kind of diverged.
it's like this is now the Neil Gaiman show. Oh,
I
yeah.
went off on a tangent, but this was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just weird to watch movies that you have such a weird memory of. Or like, oh, I'm pretty sure I thought it was this. It's like, I guess I was wrong. It's like, I must have been a lot
That's
younger
also
when I watched
the enjoyment of it, though, right? Like,
But
it's,
yeah.
you need to see your perspective like 10 years down the road or whatever. Like, because
And
I saw this movie, I think at a coffee shop or something like that, and in New Orleans.
Oh,
And so, like, because I used to hang out at this one, like, kind of a fun, cool coffee shop that would show movies occasionally. And I think I remember seeing this there and thinking it was like kind of like really super dark or whatever. And then watching it now, I'm like, oh,
maybe it's not the
No,
movie for
why
9 o'clock in the
is
morning. maybe the ambiance is not quite right. Yeah.
right.
And then it's funny
I
watching
lit a candle to kind of make it spooky.
Yeah. Got my Snow White kid. And then it's funny seeing like these older movies like now with like the costumes because it's like when you're little you don't understand like time periods or like
oh yeah.
it all just looks old. And I was like I feel like none of the costumes like were from the right periods that they were all together and it's just like or they all look or you notice the sets more too because it's like when you're watching a movie you all just kind of like it's interesting how you can blur everything together but then sometimes it's like well that looks like a weird Santa Fe style house. It's like you kind of pick the stuff out and it's like oh that's interesting watching old movies back, but it's all practical. Like they all went to locations. I can't think of any CG that they had in it.
No.
Everything
Sigourney
looked
Weaver
good.
is
I thought
amazing.
the costuming, even though it was not period, it was really pretty.
was
I
like-
mean, that was kind of like, but whatever. That didn't take me out of it. Like, I was still brought in. Like, I thought it was really fun to watch.
Like, and her old lady
Yeah,
makeup was
it was
ridiculous.
definitely really good.
And everybody did a good job acting in it too. I think,
Yeah.
except for the doctor guy. The doctor was just like, I'm just here.
Yeah, he's
Dr.
kind of
Frederick.
phoned in.
He's like, this wig is doing all of the work. It's like, you got to do something. You got to do a little
Bird.
bit. It's just like, he looked like Farquaad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yes.
Oh, it
yes,
did
he
look like Farquaad.
and Sam
blonde
Neill.
Farquaad.
Oh.
And I do like Sexy Smurf's way of waking up Snow White.
Breathe.
Just break the glass and just shake her,
Your
yelling,
shaker.
"Breathe," and it works.
That is the medicine of the time. Like if it's not fixed by shaking, you're screwed. That's how the Black Death like just kept going
Yeah.
everywhere. There's just like live. It was just so hard because it just looked like it was probably a mannequin, so he
Yeah.
could pick her up. It was just like I just imagine what
The
it looked
Last
like
Dance
for
with
him.
Mary Jane. You guys ever think that Tom Petty video, The Last Dance with Mary Jane?
Yes, yeah. It's just-
Like, it's totally like, that's kind of the vibe I was getting.
oh,
He's like,
oh,
breathe.
it's gonna be so weird to act. I just imagine what the guy was looking at. It was one of those like store mannequins, just like judging him while it's shaking him. He's
Yeah.
like got like
Maybe
this
not
sideways
no
glance. Like, just trying not to look at it like live. It must be hard to be an actor. I can't imagine having to like touch everyone's
Yeah.
face
Oh,
all the
yeah. It
time.
was very touchy.
Give us a
Even
9
that
out of
was weird.
yeah. It felt weird. We're even married. It felt weird. I'm like,
That was good.
I love you.
And I do one weird thing I noticed was so Sigourney Weaver carried in all the people to the church and tied them
Yeah.
up one by one. Then the castle burned, right?
yeah, but they were. So
But they weren't there in the fighting scenes, right?
Yeah.
They're just vanished.
oh,
Continuity.
Yeah, like they're fine.
they're fine. They're fine.
They're fine.
Sexy,
They were, but
sexy
not
Smurf,
burning.
and the doctor took them out.
Right.
Oh my god.
Their breathe methods of healing.
Live.
Live.
Oh, that just reminds me of what is that book called? Have you ever read Stiff? It's about all the different things they do with
Yes, by Mary Roach.
yeah. My favorite part in that book is when they talk about it's either Stiff or I don't know if it's what's Boink, because I read both of those at the same time, but one of the things they used to do is if women had like a prolapsed uterus, they thought it was it trying to escape. So they would like
Yeah.
yell at it to make it go back in. Like I just love that's how they would think. Like, get back in there. It's like, okay. Like,
That's
Like
called a
sometimes-
prolapse. Thank you, doctor.
they just thought every once in a while your organs would like mosey out, like see what's going on, and be like, no, get back in there. Like, okay. It's like, oh,
I'm just so glad I don't live in a time period and where my uterus falls out. Just
took a
saying.
pic. It's like he's just coming out to see what's going on. It's like, oh my god.
Ugh.
It's like people were so like it's a miracle that we are all still alive.
Yes.
Our ancestors were resilient to have gotten past the shaking to live part.
That's why the life expectancy was so much shorter.
Right? Like she was actually on like Sigourney Weaver's character is only like 30, but she was actually
Yeah.
She's so old. You're like, what?
right.
She's got a paper cut.
30.
Uh-oh.
She's not gonna make it.
She's not gonna be.
We're gonna have to cut that entire hand off.
Yeah.
And now you can't have kids. You're like, you were a horrible doctor. Horrible. But yeah, I would say I would recommend this one too. And then
Yeah.
did you remember watching when you were watching it, Nick? Do you remember watching it?
So my memory is terrible. And I kind of remembered watching it.
But no.
But I really enjoyed watching it again as if it was for the first time.
Feels like oh.
Oh man.
This was
When-
an interesting trip.
I don't remember how long ago we saw it because I really didn't remember it other than me seeing Sam Neill
Oh.
and Sigourney Weaver.
I think it was one of those things where I had completely forgotten about this movie,
Mhm.
and then we got HBO Max, and it's randomly on there. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this in so long. And so I think we watched it like 3 or 4 years ago again.
Was it HBO Go?
Go, yeah.
It was like when we first got HBO.
It was like
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
it was just like going. It's always interesting when you get a new streaming service because you spend more time looking for something to watch
Then watching
than
stuff.
watching something. Because I think we spent like 2 hours on Netflix the other day, and we're like, I guess we'll watch something else. We couldn't find. It's like anything. It seemed like starting something seemed like too ambitious because there's so many shows on there we want to watch, but it's like, well, that's a lot of time.
I feel you.
It's like that's a big commitment right now. I don't know if I could do 2 to 3 episodes right now. Because we're watching like, and then Nosferatu. Oh, that's Joe Hill. I feel like I was gonna say that's another Neil one, but never mind.
No, that's Joe Hill.
That's Joe Hill.
Awesome.
I have to watch that one. So much stuff to watch. And then we just watched the one movie that came out in 1997. But let's see what time. I guess we'll let you go. That was fun though. Sorry, there was just you had to go solo with us. I guess
I had fun.
it's like I was all excited to watch a movie.
Yes.
I don't know why it came out like that.
Well, thanks again for having me on the show, you guys.
Yes.
And then so where can everybody find you and have all that fun stuff?
So far, I'm still working on the Gretchen and Gwen Watch Movies podcast. It's still kind of like the thing in the making. Both Gwen and I are like incredibly busy ladies. So she runs a film festival. I'm a judge. It's how that goes. On top of that, there is the Super Sofubi show coming up in April 10th or 11th. And then Kaiju Cast will be putting out an episode coming up soon for Godzilla versus King Kong.
When was the last? It's been over a year for Kaiju Cast, yeah, right? Or
Totally. It's been since the pandemic. We had one episode during the pandemic, just to kind of like hey, it's okay, we're still here.
We're all still good,
Right?
We're all still buying the stuff, and we're watching the stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
right. And I guess if people want to follow me on Instagram, Gretchen is weird is my Instagram.
Just weird.
Like we'll link it in
all
there.
one word.
See all the we keep wanting to say Sochibis. That's what I always want to call them.
Sofubi.
Sofubis.
Like the kids Sochibis. It's like what?
I mean, I do collect chibi Sofubi, so
that's
all right, you guys.
It's like the subcategory.
Yeah.
It's just like is there like a Lolito Godzilla Chibi? You're like it's got a cute little dress on. Isn't there one where he's like in a Hawaiian dress? I swear I've seen that figure before.
Yeah, it's like I think Lolo has one of those, or Louis does, one of the two.
Like it was so cute. I don't know. I'm worried if I watch that, I'm just gonna want them more because every time I see them, like they're so cute, and like I see people who do the painting of the kits, and they're like all the sweet Technicolor things. I'm like, those look so trippy. I want all of them. Like there's like I'll show you. There's like glow in the dark fedoras that have like pink and green and magical and like pearlescent stuff on them.
I have to get some better green. I don't have anything.
You're gonna paint some sweet plastic. I keep saying
because I don't have anything over here that's good now.
Yeah,
I don't have anything.
He started mini painting. That's his new hobby. He
right
acquired
on.
during the pandemic. It's like so for because we have they're the Eldridge board game.
Oh, Arkham Horror.
Which one we have? Because we have Mansions of Madness and
Mansions of Madness, Eldritch Horror.
Eldritch Horror.
Oh, right on.
It's like we haven't played in a long time. Every time we play, it's like we open up the box. It's like whenever you play Monopoly and you realize like you never finish the game because we're like, we have like all of our cards set up. Like, apparently we didn't finish the last time we played. It's like all the sweet little monsters. You get
I don't know if you even see them on the camera well. Probably not.
Like there's a red blob and a blue.
Oh,
blob.
nice.
Oh yeah. But it was making me think of it because like I got some like neon green paint, but like I need to get like some glow in the dark.
Oh,
Totally. For
that would be
That
awesome.
would be trippy. Yeah, because when we were trying to like figure out different conventions we could go to, because I always make him go to G Fest, and he's like, we were trying to find like a cool Lovecraftian one to go to, and I think the only ones we found was like the one in Portland, and then there's that one in it's in Maine, like there's like the big Maine one.
Oh, the one in Providence also is run by the people who run the one in Portland, just so you know.
Oh.
Because we were like, that would be
That's Gwen and Brian. They're amazing. Yeah.
We wanted to go to both of them, and then like this year happened.
Yeah.
So we're like,
Yeah.
So we're like, gonna hit up the
I'll
giant
let you know
lizard.
when we do it online if you want to buy tickets to go to the online one.
Oh
That'd be
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
'Cause we can
yeah.
buy some more stuff.
And we do a vendor page. What can I say?
He's like, you could just throw up. Is there a tattoo contest because you have your sweet Lovecraft tattoo?
Oh
Your
yeah.
arm. You keep looking at the wrong arm.
Well, this arm's Stephen King, and then this one.
He's like your Lovecraft.
This one's like all Lovecraft.
All the cool.
That's awesome.
It's like when we met, he just had Cthulhu on his arm. I'm like, what you doing with that? He's just like, it'll look better when it's done. I'm like, okay, it's just a weird squid
That's
man on your
Oh
arm.
yeah, I would say I think when we met, I only had just Cthulhu.
Yeah, he's just chilling out on your forearm. You and your boo thing. Oh, but yeah, we'd love to check that out because we wanted to go so bad because I'm like, this looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Could buy a lot of cool shit there. BC, you big green man.
About I think the last year before last, we had a Necronomidol, like a Japanese like Lovecraft band, they're like an idol band. Dude, you gotta check them out.
That sounds
And then-
amazing.
Yeah.
They're pretty amazing. And then we had Kaneda, he did like a bunch of like Ultraman Gaia stuff. He was a like a writer, and we had him Tanaka. We had him in town for that too. And I mean, seriously, I'm like Barbara Crampton. I got pictures. You should look at my Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm holding my teenager hostage in his room.
Oh, yeah.
He just texted me. He's like, "When you're done, please let me know so I can leave."
He's like, I'm trapped in my closet. Oh, but I think we'd love to have you back on again.
And what was the name of the
thank
movie again? So we can write it down right now and then let you go.
It's like, oh, the wolves or the dogs.
Oh, In the Company of Wolves.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
we'll watch it next. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Thanks
Awesome.
again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Release the teenager.
Bye.